Man, I got a bone to pick. Football's around the corner. I'm excited as always to see how the league develops, what teams go from underdog to favorites, and which teams from being favorite, start getting injured. This whole process of a new year, a new season is very it always intrigues me. I'm excited and I'm very grateful to be a Niner fan. Um, I'm still a little hurt by the Jim Harbaugh era, like I'm sure most Niner fans are. But I am a fan of Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch. They've done an incredible time developing the organization, and their tenure together has been a success, right? Um, I have nothing bad to say about Kyle or John Lynch, right? My problem is not even with the players or anybody. It's more with the owner, Jed York. I'm still salty that he let Jim Harbaugh. Um, well, I guess it was a mutual, pardon, but they parted ways, and I still feel like the job is not done, right? I felt had they put their differences aside, whether it was Jim Harbaugh condescending or patronizing the owner, Jed York, which you're not supposed to do at all. I felt like Justin Smith and Patrick Willis don't retire. I feel like they come back for one last run. And then if it doesn't work out, then they part ways, right? Um, Even though their time, Jim Harbaugh and the 49ers was a success, right? With Trent Baalke and Vic Fangio and Greg Roman, Jed York, the owner, said, but we didn't win a Super Bowl, right? Most teams would be excited and happy that they're even in the NFC Championship or go to the Super Bowl. Obviously, everybody's goal is to win it, right? But the journey just to get to that position, to have a shot to win, that's essentially what everybody looks for in life. So I'm very humbled to be part of that fandom and follow that Niner organization during that time when we had like a drought of 10 years where we just couldn't even go to the playoffs, right? When people were booing Alex Smith, and it was just great to see that growth. Anyway, so now we put Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch in that same aura of Jim Harbaugh. We put them like, okay, basically now you have to win the Super Bowl. If you don't win the Super Bowl, it's not a success. So does the window close? Is that the level that the expectations of a Niner fan base? Again, every organization, right, in competitive sports is always to win the chip, to win the championship belt or the Super Bowl or the Stanley Cup. So I got a big problem with Jed York. I don't like that guy. Okay, I just don't like him. But again, as the new season arises, right, there's a lot of great things to look upon the NFL and being a Niner fan. And yo, what's going on, Mr. Vince Vargas, 49er fan here, also from San Jose, California. Man, that's fantastic. Yeah, man, I'm excited. This is just a great year. I can't wait. Hopefully, more people join the panel, but I'm pumped. I do see the window closing a little bit. I don't know. I didn't like giving Trey Lance to the Cowboys. I thought, well, we gave up, right? 3 first rounders, 2021, 2022, and 2023. 3 first rounders and a 3rd round pick. And all we got back was a 4th rounder from the Cowboys. I don't like it. All right. When we got Alex Smith in the early, was it 2004? He was only 20 years old. He was with the Niners for 10 years until Jim Harbaugh came. So he's young. Trey Lance is young. We knew when we were going all in that we had time. Okay? Yeah, he might suck at 21, 22, 23 years old, but maybe 24, 25 years old, he's really good, right? We knew he's a developing player. He didn't play all of COVID. He only did great his junior year. He didn't play his senior year. Then he got drafted. So we knew that this kid had the talent. He had the size. He had all the measurements. And maybe we're expecting a Lamar Jackson situation where he can be a dual threat, run and pass. So it takes time to develop. Unfortunately, he's been riddled with injuries, so he doesn't get to play and it hurts his growth. But we should have kept him, right? And if you keep him, you showcase him. You say that he's your starter for the first 4 weeks. You give him a window. If he excels, now you know what you have. If he excels, you can trade him to other teams that are in a position of need. And I just felt that was a bad move to get away from Trey Lance. Yes, I know Brock Purdy and Sam Darnold, as of now, they're better. But we don't know how good Brock Purdy is going to be, okay? This happened with us with Colin Kaepernick, right? Colin Kaepernick, after Alex Smith got injured, he went on an incredible run, took us to the Super Bowl, tore up the Green Bay Packers, the Falcons. It was great. But then you see when he was having a full seasons, he wasn't that great. That same approach could happen with Brock Purdy. He might have been fantastic towards the end of the year, had an amazing playoff run, and then but under a full season, that gunslinging mentality, he can be a bust. We don't know. He plays a lot of hero ball. That's what I love about him. But he's a gamer. He's got the vision. He's got the presence. And his ability to scramble on the fly is like a lot like Russell Wilson with a little bit of a weaker arm. But I just feel like it's just Jed York. I don't know about him. It just irks me. I don't know. Obviously, he's in the scandal too with probably like insider trading. But look, man, I'm excited for the Niners. I'm excited for Kyle and John to continue to succeed. Even if they don't win a Super Bowl, I'm still proud of what they've developed. But of course, I want them to win just because that's the expectation, right? Of the 80s. Joe Montana, Steve Young, Jerry Rice, Roger Craig, Ronnie Law, all this, like John Taylor. That's the expectation of a Niner fan. That's the expectation of the Patriots, of the Cowboys, of the Steelers. Because we're accustomed of a winning culture, that's the expectation. Playoffs isn't good. And yeah, Niners have to win. You're right. A lot of good players need this championship. Werner, Eric Armstead, Trent Williams need one before they run out of gas. Yeah, I agree. Trent Williams, man, that's my favorite player. I felt 2 years ago he should have been MVP because there was nobody that dominated the position. I know Patrick Mahomes won it, but nobody dominated their position like Trent Williams. This guy was pancaking, dropping big-ass men, Goliaths, on their ass and driving them 5 yards deep, and pushing them back. It's amazing how such a bully Trent Williams is, right? The silverback. I don't know. He's must be like 6'4", like 330 pounds, and he just lays dudes out. It's fucking amazing. I love watching him play. Yeah, man, it's the window is closing, especially for those certain players. Just like it was when we had Patrick Willis and Justin Smith and Navarro Bowman and the Hawk Deshaun Goldson. And that window is closing. And it saddens me. It saddens me because we know how difficult it is to remain healthy, to be consistent on a weekly basis, let alone when you play on Sunday and then, through the raffle, you got to play on Thursday. That little time is not a good enough process to heal up and rest the body. Yeah, Joe Staley, even the Rhino, Vernon Davis, Delaney Walker, man, that was a fucking team, bro. That was a team. Just mentioning those names off top, man, it saddens me because those same players were with us during like Steve Mariucci and Mike Nolan and all these coaches just were one and done. And I remember Alex Smith having like 8 different coordinators and like 8 different seasons. It's like, bro, where is the consistency? I know the expectation is to win, but just relax and let them to. Bro, dude. Oh my God. Yeah, Crabtree and Sherman. I fucking love that. Yeah, Richard Sherman always wanted to be a 49er fan. I mean, he was always a 49er fan, and he wanted to play for the Niners. And Jim Harbaugh did not draft him. And that's why Sherman was so vocal and outspoken towards the Niners and towards Jim because, dude, you drafted me in for college at Stanford as a wide receiver turned DB, and you didn't take me in the NFL, and he fucking tore us up. I hated Sherman, but honestly, he fucking looked fantastic when he played with us in the red and gold. Man, dude. Yeah, man. Those are great times. You know? Wow, I just can't believe that team didn't win it. I mean, I know the Ravens were great too. They had badass receivers, Anquan Bolden, Joe Flacco was amazing, Ray Lewis, Terrell Suggs. They were nasty. Haloti Ngata, Ed Reed. I get it. They were bad, but fuck, dude, we had a fucking squad, man. We had a squad. We have a squad. Even right now, when you look at it, we have so much depth. We have so much depth, bro. It's like we basically have we had 3 starting QBs, damn near all first rounders, essentially. Same thing with the receivers: Debo, Brandon Ayuk, Kittle, Trent Williams, Christian McCaffrey. Like, it's stacked. It's so nasty. On our defensive front, like the box, the front 7, they're all damn near first rounders. Like, if we don't win it this year, oh my, like, Kyle Shanahan has the most first rounders or all pro bowlers or pro bowlers on his team. And for him to not win it, I just got to say that either he chokes on the big game or he's a bit overrated. I know he's fantastic, but as stacked and all pros that Niner organization has right now on that roster, right? Damn near an all pro in every position on the offensive side. Running back, receiver, tight end, lineman, maybe Brock Purdy. On the defensive side, you got Joey, you got Hargrave, you have Fred Warner, you have Hufanga. At every position, every level of the field, short, middle, and deep, you have an all-pro bowl team player. And if he doesn't put it together, I don't know, man. I don't really know what to think or to say about Kyle Shanahan because he's got the players. He's got the players. And honestly, the league right now, especially on the NFC, is for the taking. Sure, the Cowboys are good. Sure, the Eagles are good. Maybe the Giants, the Commanders, the Washington Redskins, now the New Orleans Saints. But essentially, it's just like 4 teams you got to beat. 2 teams, and you don't even get to play all those teams in the playoffs. And it's really the Super Bowl, where contrary, to the AFC, bro, the Jaguars are looking nasty, right? The Dolphins. Then you have all those fucking amazing quarterbacks and Josh Allen, Pat Mahomes, Joe Burrow, and the list goes on. Like, the AFC is like, if the Niners were in the AFC, like, you'd be scared. If the Raiders were on the NFC, look how great they played us last year in the New Year. Like, we barely beat them by 2 points. The Raiders would be great on the NFC side. Now you got Derek Carr running with the Saints, and they're gonna be scary. Yeah, the NFC West is ours. Cards, Rams, and Seahawks all beatable. Yeah, I agree. The Cardinals are on a development phase. They lost Hopkins. Their defense sucks. The Rams, they already won their Super Bowl, and they're just gonna get worse. And then the Seahawks, yeah, they traded Russell Wilson, and they beat the Broncos on that, and they got a whole lot of depth and amazing young talent. They're going to be tough, but again, they're still young. And the Niners right now, it's our time. It's Cowboys, Niners, Eagles, Saints, and that should be about it, representing the NFC. Murray playing video games. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That's essentially it. This is our year. And I don't mean to say that because it's every year, but no, when you look at the roster, there's no other team that has as much depth or all pro bowlers on their roster than the Niners. Maybe the Cowboys, they're pretty close. But yeah, man, I'm excited for it, man. That window is closing. Again, I didn't like what they did with Trey Lance. That made no sense. It made no sense. You gave up an arm and a leg, right? You essentially could have had 3 Joey Bosa's with that first round pick from 2021, 2022, and 2023, and then you trade him for a 4th rounder. That makes absolutely no sense. Hell, you don't even make that trade in the beginning for Trey Lance. The context isn't even there. Like if you had Peyton Manning coming out, or there's what was that quarterback from Andrew Luck from Stanford? Then you give 4 or 5 rounders to get that quarterback. But not Trey Lance, a 20-year-old who didn't play through COVID, who played like on I forgot even what team he came out of college. You don't do that for him. Yo, what's going on, Drew, bro? How you been, man?
Good, man. What about yourself?
Yeah, good, man. Good.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of in disbelief of what the Niners have done recently with Trey Lance. I mean, I was never a big fan of giving 4 players for 1, let alone if they're first-round talent. Again, just to move up. Remember, in 2021, we had the 12th overall selection. We gave up 4 picks just to move up 9 spots, and we chose Trey Lance. It doesn't make sense to me. Now for him, maybe you do it for Julio Jones. Maybe you do it for, Michael Parsons or Joey Bosa. Some player that man, they're playing on in Alabama or Ohio State. They're playing against top-tier talent. They check out they're athletic, they're strong, they're fit, all these things. You don't take that gamble on essentially a 19-year-old that didn't play after COVID.
Yeah, man. What's it called?
It's pretty shocking, man.
We're just learning, like no one really knows who's good and who's not. Like they don't know if it's ever going to work out. It's always a gamble, But what the Niners have done, what they've given up to like move up in the draft and all that, like it's never been heard before. Like it's rare, that happens, because that means we had a lot of belief, in this guy. And and I think the main reason why we actually moved up is because we seen the years, we seen like the next year's draft QBs, and we didn't really think it was like that great, and so that's why we made the move. We kind of made an emotional move there. I think we should have stayed there where we're at. I think we had like I believe the 10th overall, the 11th overall pick. I forgot which one, but man, so many players, bro. There's that list. I keep seeing it on social media. There's a list of players that have been drafted after Lance, and that list, bro, is crazy, dude. It's like Jamar Chase, Micah Parsons, Kyle Pitts. It's fucking crazy, bro. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, no, agreed. A lot of players selected after Trey Lance. As you can imagine, he's the 3rd round pick. You have Jamar Chase. You have Jalen Waddle from the receiver from the Dolphins.
My bad, bro.
Patrick Surtain, right? I think he's with the Broncos. You had Devontae Smith from the Eagles, Justin Fields, Michael Parsons. Bro, imagine if we for Trey Lance and we had Michael Parsons opposite.
Oh man, Super Bowl.
We could have had that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you're having essentially 2. I don't even like. That's
we
like
just got lucky.
You have some Dwight Freeney, Robert Mathis when they were with the Colts type of shit. If you have Michael Parsons on the Niners, like they don't look, man. When you're desperate, right? I get it. Like, oh man, we need a QB. That's the missing link. But you have to like stay calm. Like you can't act in desperate times and take desperate measures. Like you can't do that.
I think what
the Broncos did.
We should have just gotten Sam Darnold to begin with, and we wouldn't have to be in this situation. I'm like, dude, like, we should have just traded for him, And,
yeah, no, I mean, look. Even if look at the Broncos, right? They have an amazing team. They have running backs, they have line, they got receivers, they have a defense, top 3 defense.
Russell's garbage now,
right? And then you give an arm and a leg for Russell Wilson. Time has shown us that you don't do that ever for one player. Again, that player can get hurt. You're taking a risk. It's a gamble, right? Look at the Buffalo Bills. They did more or less with the same with Von Miller. I know. I actually think Von Miller was a free agent, right? So you just wait. Look, maybe I read that John Lynch traded Trey Lance and it also frees up cap space, right?
Yeah, it
So
was like a
we're
mil.
having a hard time signing Nick Bosa,
I know,
right?
but
We're
that's
having
what
a
that
hard
did.
time. So maybe that frees up space.
Mhm.
But here, if I'm Nick Bosa, right, I'm pretty fucking salty. I'm a little angered with the organization because I'm like, bro, we don't need Javon Hargrave from the Eagles.
I think
We'd
I
love
think
to
it
have
made
him.
us.
Like we'd love to have him, but like we didn't get our ass kicked because our defense sucked.
We need
We got
a
our ass
elite
kicked
edge
because
rusher.
we had no QB.
Yeah,
Like we were down to fucking Debo Samuel or Brandon Ayuk or George Kittle snapping the ball.
hmm
Like we were just banged up.
and then we just got lucky with the whole Purdy situation, man. He was
Yeah,
we didn't need to draft him. He because I believe in free agency. Or when you're an undrafted free agent, you actually have a decision to which team you want to go to, and you try out for that team or whatever the case may be, and dude, we just got lucky with that pick, man. Whoever decided, whichever scout decided to get him, deserves a raise because, dude, Trey, just whoever thought about doing this whole thing for Trey, moving up to get him, dude, like did not do his due diligence, and he wasn't, he made the wrong pick. I think it showed in the draft that I think Mac Jones ended up getting drafted in the like 14 or like 12th overall or something like that. Bro, we should have just stayed put and could have drafted him, and we gave up all these first rounders, and dude, all these first rounders that just got drafted are doing great, dude. And it's like we needed a first round corner, we needed a whole bunch of things, man. But as of today, I'm like every year I find myself being more and more confident, So, well, I think as a Niner fan, we're always like up and down with their emotions and all that. But I think
yeah,
Purdy's different, man. I think Purdy's just I have never seen such an efficient quarterback in a long time. Like play the Niner quarterback position, like like last time I seen this, it's rare, bro. Like I haven't seen such command like under the helm, And Garoppolo did great, but I just felt like, we weren't used to winning, and he always found a way to win, and that's why we thought he was great. But in reality, the team around him was great, and he just made it work. I think Brock Purdy's a little different. I think he's not only winning, but he's making everyone around him efficient. Like, dude, everyone was putting up numbers, after once he started.
yeah.
Kittle was doing his thing, scoring every play. Ayuk was doing his thing. I think he became 1,000-yard receiver. He gives everyone the opportunity, man, and he passes it like over 45 times a game, bro. So that's plenty of ball to go around. And then, man, okay, so have you heard of that dude Ronnie Bell?
Ronnie Bell?
Yeah, Ronnie Bell.
Nah.
Future, bro. He's gonna be it. Watch. He's gonna be wide receiver 3. He's gonna be wide receiver 3 over Juwan Jennings because, dude, this guy's a fucking dog, bro. I know he's small, but he reminds me of like a Tyler Lockett, bro. And Ronnie Bell's, dude. If you look at his college tape, I mean, it's hard to say that they can implement that in the big game and in the big league, but he's doing it just like college, bro. And he's a tough tackle. He's small, but he's tough, bro. I like him. So I think he's gonna end up being eventually down the year. We're gonna utilize him because we don't have as of right now we don't have a kick returner, and that's gonna be him. I think he's gonna be our kick returner, and
Listen, there's
yeah.
no better kick returner in the game than Ted Ginn Jr., bro.
He's retired.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like, Ronnie Bell, like, yeah, you hyping him up, bro. Like,
No,
I'm just fucking around. Look, man. I'm gonna say this: Brock Purdy started. Obviously, when Trey Lance and Jimmy Garoppolo got hurt, Brock Purdy, if I remember, started the Miami Dolphins game.
He went in. He didn't.
That's when he went in, right? That's
Yeah.
when Jimmy got hurt,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
that's when Brock went in. And what I liked about that is he was straight into the fire, and the Miami Dolphins, they just straight blitzed them every single fucking play, right? And he tore him up. He stayed in the pocket, took some licks, and just bulleted, boom, 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 making plays, right? And then after that, he ended up playing the Buccaneers. And as we knew, the Buccaneers sucked, bro. Tom Brady and them, they were trash. Like, it was a complete domination, bro.
Yeah.
From every aspect. Then afterwards, we played the Seattle Seahawks. We struggled with the Commanders. And then we struggled with the Raiders. And then we fucking blew out the Cardinals. I think we played them in Mexico.
Yeah.
And then we beat the snot out of the Seahawks. And then we had a fucking back and forth game with the Cowboys. And then we got our ass blown by the Eagles, right? To your point, during that time, Brock Purdy looked exceptional. In terms of, he didn't look like a rookie.
No,
right? And if we're being completely honest, this is, if he starts this, this year, this is essentially his rookie season. Like, this is his year one starting, a complete year from the beginning. Last year, I know he was drafted, and he's a rookie and shit, but like, that's really how his growth has been, and it's been great. But the thing is this: it's a small sample size, right? It's
a medium-sized sample size.
Absolutely. Put it to you like this, right? When the Niners went all in for Jimmy Garoppolo, Jimmy had already won 2 Super Bowl rings with the Patriots. He played half the year as well, and he looked very good. And overall, like, he's shown to be pretty good. He had a great run as a Niner. Like, every time he went there, we won games. Like, he was 75%, 70% as a winner. Went to the NFC Championship, went to the Super Bowl. So Brock Purdy has that going for him.
Yeah.
Right? But again, we also realize that Jimmy Garoppolo isn't durable.
Yeah,
right?
that's what it is. He's not. He doesn't.
We haven't seen enough of him to be like, oh, we got a future QB, because
he does everything.
He's injured.
But he does everything, and you're right. He did get injured, and he did. You see that same play actually, when he actually got clipped by what's his name, Hassan Riddick.
Yeah.
In the NFC Championship game, there's a lot of plays that were like that during the season when he was playing, and I see the same situation. I'm like, man, it happened to happen in the NFC Championship game, and that's a problem he needs to fix. Like, he needs to learn how to like feel people on his blind side or something, or like, I don't know, because we didn't get any better at tackle,
Yeah, but the thing is, on that situation, that's not even really his fault, because that was a complete missed assignment from the tight end. I think it was Ross Dwelly, and he fucking completely let that.
It was.
I mean, look, that's, unless you're George Kittle, maybe you can take that D end Hassan Riddick on a one-on-one, but yeah, no, that was just fucking.
But anyways, Purdy does everything, bro. He does it. He throws a deep ball. He does the things that
I haven't seen that, bro.
Bro, he does the deep ball against Bucks twice.
Yeah, but he threw one and it could have been picked.
That's what I was gonna say. He's gonna throw a lot of picks this year.
Yeah, like the receiver had to like stop and redirect his whole body.
Yeah,
like it wasn't in motion and it wasn't in stride.
But that's why he throws a lot of picks, because he gives people he gives everyone a chance to catch the ball, and that's what makes him good. He's a risk taker, which is good and it's bad, but I think we have a defense that will be able to stop their offense for him. Like, I feel like he'll score 4 touchdowns and maybe like throw for like 2 or 3 interceptions.
So my question to you is this: do you like that though?
Yes, because we have a good defense and we're built for it.
I will say this: one of the things that I love about the Niners and the past years is our long drives, our long drives with Jimmy, our long drives to consume up the time and keep it low scoring.
Yeah,
With
Brock doesn't do that.
Brock plays hero ball. Yeah, he not about long drives. He's about just touchdowns. And when you
Mhm.
make quick touchdowns, guess what? Your defense is back up on the field. Your defense has to play much more, and then the defense starts, letting the foot off the gas. It's like a couple years back when the Niners played the Patriots over there in New England. We were beating the fuck out of them, bro. I think it might have been like 28-7, right?
Yeah.
Like it was completely of a blowout.
Against the
And then
Patriots?
against the Patriots, yeah, with Tom Brady and them. This is years back. And then little by little, the Patriots started making a drive. And I think we ended up winning that game 38-35. Do you remember that game?
With Kaepernick?
With Kaepernick.
Yeah, I remember that
And
game. We
was
had
just
a Randy
squaring them
Moss.
up, making quick touchdowns. And then I feel like that's what's going to happen with Brock Purdy. He's going to put up a lot of numbers, maybe score 4 touchdowns to 2 picks, maybe 3 touchdowns to 2 picks, maybe 2 touchdowns with 2 picks type of thing, right? He's going to score up a lot of points, but our defense is going to be out there playing a lot because they're quick-ass drives because of that hero ball. And that's one of the things that I hope the Niners don't forget is that we are a run-oriented team. I don't care if you have Tom Brady. I don't care if you have Patrick Mahomes. You run the fucking rock because that's how we're built for, bro.
Every year we're built, like you said, but you never know if we're going to be built for that because we're built differently every year. So this year we're fucking we're fucking built like we don't have an O-line this year.
I feel you. No, so I wasn't chuckling at that. I was chuckling at Vince's statement. He goes, I was pissed when they didn't review that non-catch in the NFC Championship game, man. When Devontae Smith didn't catch that shit, not in the opening drive. And then he has the little mad emoji. I was – it looked like a Cinderella fucking 360 up in the air. They should have challenged that because it allowed our – if you fail that challenge, all right, no big deal. But also, like, our defense was getting the stops. And you let them catch their breath. Also, you get the benefit of reviewing it.
Also, I'm just kidding.
You don't score that touchdown. Fucking fourth, and they're punting that ball and changes the whole fucking flow and outcome of the game.
Do you seen the meme? There's a meme saying the score without that touchdown. It was like instead of what was the score initially?
I don't even know, bro. I think it was like 31-10.
Yeah, I think that was like fine, 24-10.
Yeah, no, I agree. If we challenge that play, right, they don't score a touchdown. That was the whole momentum. That play right there, or that lack of a play and the lack of a challenge changed the whole momentum because we were stopped. We stopped them, and then they just threw it up for grabs. And then Devontae Smith came up with the ball. But upon review, and then the thing is this, home field advantage. The Eagles, whoever does the broadcasting in the play, they didn't show that every angle for Devontae Smith. They only showed a little bit, where Kyle was looking at the big old Jumbotron, and he was like, I couldn't see it. So everybody at home saw multiple angles, but Kyle and, because of the hometown cooking, they didn't give you all the angles. They didn't give the players and the coaches on the field all the angles, and boom, they couldn't challenge it. By the time that they did, they already ran the end zone. But yeah, man, it's the
reason. The reason why I feel even better though, if that ever happens again, we have Sam Darnold, and that's why I feel a lot better. And
but check things out. Jimmy Garoppolo is better than Sam Darnold. The problem is, bro, we had every quarterback got hurt. Brock, Trey, Jimmy, Josh Johnson. Bro, we were on our 5th. We didn't even have another QB.
It's the caliber of the backup that we have. Most quarterback 2s aren't as good as fucking Sam Darnold. And you're talking about a QB1 right now for the Raiders, comparing him to a QB2 right now. So think about it like that. We have the best QB2 in the league, And
I get what you're saying, but check this out. It doesn't matter if Brock, or let's put it like this.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter if you have 3 first-round picks as your QB. There's only going to be one at a time, and then that doesn't even matter because what happens if all 3 of them get hurt? So, for instance, let me put you, I'm gonna knock on wood real quick, but what happens if Nick Bosa and Fred Warner get hurt on our defense? Are we
Then
done?
you jinxed it. I'm gonna blame it on you.
No, because Nick Bosa always gets hurt. Nick Bosa always gets hurt.
No, he
Every
won't.
year he always gets hurt.
Was he hurt last year?
Probably. Like he
Are you
gets
just
hurt.
insinuating that? Where's the proof?
No, like he's like injury prone. Even
Where's
his
the proof?
brother Joey on the Chargers, they're fucking the way that their play was like nonstop hustle mentality. I mean, bro, you're only gonna get hurt.
Where was
Because
he
they're
injured?
like freaks of nature. They're really strong. They're very explosive, and they get hurt because they
Did he
play
miss
it-
any time for
play
being injured?
football. Say again?
Did he miss any games for being injured?
Yeah, he's missed a bunch, bro.
Did he miss any games last year for being injured?
Ooh, I don't know. Let me Google it really quick.
The answer is no. There you go, man. So, I mean, I don't know. I think that was just the turf. Nah, man, he hasn't gotten injured, bro. He's been fucking in every game. You know, and I mean, dude, defensive player of the year, man. He's responsible for fucking. He pretty much called the game about 3 times last year, 3 or 4 times. Once against the Redskins, the Commanders.
Actually,
And
there's
the
this thing
Raiders.
called DraftSharks.com. He missed week 6 because of a inguinal groin strain, grade 2.
Uh,
So he strained his groin.
You're talking about Joey though.
No, I'm talking about Nicky.
But yeah, man.
His hamstring, he was expected to play against the Buccaneers. He played, so he will play. So he had a hammy. So I'm down to like every year, Nick has always been hurt. But what I'm saying is, what happens if they get hurt? Last year, we got, the injury bug for our QB position.
When's the last time Fred got hurt?
Say again?
When's the last time Fred got hurt?
I don't know. He's overall pretty durable, bro.
Yeah, he's pretty durable.
I don't really know because the way he tackles and the way he plays, it's almost like he has a wrestling background. So he's not out there leading with his head. You see, Nick Bosa, like he has to get really low and around the arms and the arm length of those fucking tackles. Like he leads in and bull rushes, right? That's one of his favorite techniques. So he bull rushes with his head. Fred Warner uses his whole body and grappling technique. Bosa is way different, bro. Way different.
I think our some of our offensive pieces are more fragile than our defensive players. I think our defensive players, they put them in and out, bro. Like they do really. We have so much depth on the D line. I think Nick gets enough rest, bro, and they'll actually like put him on the side for a little bit, and we'll get the same amount of pressure. I've seen that, and this year, hopefully we get that same amount of pressure. Hopefully, I don't know, man, because I haven't heard anything great.
Not like we first got to get Nick Bosa on the field, bro, because he can hold out.
I know. What the fuck?
Like to put it like this. To your point, we're gonna have more pressure this year because we have Eric Armstead, we have Javon Hargrave, we have Drake Jackson, we have Javon Kinlaw, we have Clelin Ferrell from the Raiders, who was a first rounder for them. So we have depth, but none of that matters if you don't have Nick Bosa playing. Like, bro, I think
Javon Hargrave's good, bro.
We have 1 week of football left, and like
there's no more football left.
Stuff can happen, but like, bro, Nick Bosa's holding out. And we still have Dre Greenlaw, we got Fred Warner, we have Travarius Ward, Hufanga, Tashawn Gibson, Lenore, Ambry Thomas. Like, we have depth on that defensive side. I'm not really worried about that at all. But it all starts with the whole flow goes with Nick Bosa.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, going back, like what I mentioned like 10, 20 minutes ago, if I'm Nick Bosa, I'm pretty salty that you guys gave a $100 million contract, whatever contract they gave Javon Hargrave from the Eagles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Javon Hargrave's a dog, though, bro. Javon Hargrave is a difference maker, dude. I swear to you. Watch. Mark my words, dude. Javon Hargrave, he's going to actually have more sacks than Nick this year. Like, I don't even think, like, Nick's good, but you can tell he's very careful. He's not trying to bump into people. This guy will get down and dirty, will push people out the way to get at you. Like, this dude's, like, do you see him hustle and try to fucking tackle the quarterback? And he actually did. He caught somebody. I forgot who. Like, I forget which game it was, but, dude, he's fucking a dog, bro. I think he's a difference maker. He's going to open everything up. And then on top of that, I actually seen some good things from Clean Farrell. I think Clean Farrell is gonna be our opposite end, the end, because I don't think Drake Jackson's it, bro. Like honestly,
Maybe. I mean, we did lose Siakam and Ubakam, right? One went to the Colts and the other one went to the Chiefs.
yeah,
Just to cut you off really quick, Vince says, good thing about Hargrave is that he will demand a double team, which
yes,
will free up Bosa when he signs. I agree. I know you said, Drew, that he was going to get more sacks than Nick, and I don't think so because of that double team. Like, who are you going to double team? If you want to double team Nick, then you leave Hargrave one-on-one, and
I
that's not
agree.
a good thing. And if you double team Hargrave, now you leave Nick Bosa one-on-one. So, like, it's a beauty thing. And to your point, if Colin Farrell develops over Drake Jackson, if he fucking develops like and plays like a number one,
Because they're the same draft class, Nick
yeah,
and him.
like, bro, boom.
Yeah,
Like, now you have two Nick Bosas.
that's pretty much 2 top 5 picks. I know that doesn't matter, but because
No,
Clean
like,
Farrell,
bro. And if Javon Kinlaw can able to get his hustle going, because that's also another first rounder, right? We gave up DeForest Buckner and we got like Kinlaw and some other dude. Yeah, bro, it'll be very. I'm excited for it, bro. Like, I'm excited to see that thing. But
I guess that's my prediction. That's my
starts
prediction.
with Nick Bosa, bro. Like, you have to fucking sign him. Okay, if you're John Lynch, what are you throwing at him?
What do you mean, like money wise?
Like what contract for how long and how much?
I don't know, man. I'm hearing 5 years for like I forget how much. I gotta look it up, but there's already an amount that they're projecting that he's gonna get paid, and I think it's mostly just the holdup. You know why what the holdup is because of the CBA agreement.
And it's that
That's the
California
holdup.
tax, bro. It's the California tax.
No, it's the CBA agreement, bro. That's
Check
what.
this out. If I'm any athlete playing for any Californian team, right? That Cali state tax, they say it's taking close to like 30-something%, right? Other states, bro. Like, imagine Oregon had a football team. They don't take there's no taxes on you, bro.
Well, New York. What about New York?
That's what I'm saying. New York and California, you don't really want to sign with them, bro. Like, you're gonna ask, like, I want 500 million because the government gonna take like 5%.
Look. It's because of the CBA agreement, bro. You know why? Because Quinnen Williams from the Jets, he already got signed, and he's Nick's fucking draft classmate. So that's the holdup right there. It's him being the highest paid defensive player, and he's trying to raise that bar right now. So
So check this out. Let me just throw some numbers up for you. So Quinnen Williams signed with the Jets a 4-year, $96 million contract extension that contains $66 million in guaranteed money. Right. His total deal is worth $105 million. That depends on this 5th-year option. Now, Von Miller, he signed a 6-year deal worth $120 million contract with the Bills.
But he's a Hall of Famer.
45 million is fully guaranteed at signing, and 51 million is guaranteed in total.
You're comparing a Hall of Famer.
Right. So that's Von Miller. And we're talking about in respect to their age, let's see. Quinnen Williams, let me see. I'll just put age. He's 25.
Yeah, I don't know.
And Nick Bosa's 25. Okay. So if Quinnen agreed to a 4-year, $96 million and 66 is guaranteed, what do you think? What do you think Nick Bosa is asking for? Let's say $4 million, $120 million guaranteed.
I heard a slightly above TJ Watt.
TJ Watt. Let's check this out. TJ Watt contract. So TJ Watt signed a 4-year, $112 million contract with the Pittsburgh Steelers, including $80 million of it is guaranteed, 35 on signing bonus. The average annual salary is $28 million. What the fudge, bro?
Damn. I'm trying to Google it right now.
No, I'm googling it. Let's try. Let me read to you. What's the old boy's name that I just mentioned earlier? Um, you said T.J.
So,
Watt, Quinn Williams, Von Miller, right? These are players that are as impactful, if not as Nick Bosa.
so I'm looking it up right now, man.
Oh, I was gonna ask you
Okay, look.
if
Oh, go
do
ahead.
you go all in on getting the other brother?
No, because his brother's injury prone as well, and he's kind of yeah. I think I don't know. It just kind of depends how much he's asking for because he's up there with that, in the pay rate too. But shoot, man, honestly, we have too many players to pay. I don't think he fits because of that. Um, unless we start sucking and we start trading players away like George, and because I heard George might get traded as soon as next year.
Wait, George, as in George Kittle?
Yes, because reason why is because
Hey,
we're
bro, I
lacking.
think I need to end this life, bro. That was the saddest thing I've ever heard. You're fucking.
No, reason why that's just a rumor, but reason why I also found his Nick Bosa's projected pay rate. I'll tell you right now. Because that kid we just drafted, Braden Willis, or I forget his name, Brandon Willis.
Yeah.
From Oklahoma. I'm hearing he's like fucking like all pro level, bro. Like he's like blocking people like Fred Warner in the run game pretty well. And like he's like and pretty much pancaking dudes like fucking like fast enough to pancake people like fucking what's his name, Greenlaw and shit.
Check this out.
I'm hearing that dude's a
Ron
menace.
Hargrave signed a contract with the Niners, 4-year, $84 million, bro.
Wow.
Okay, $40 million of that is guaranteed. Okay. Again, going back to the notion, if I'm fucking Nick Bosa, I'm angered by this. I'm like, bro, I gave you 4 great years, right? Or 3.5 great years. All pro, top 3 player in the league, or top 5. And you guys go sign somebody and feed him first before me? Like, I'm not gonna be like,
I think it was so they can
fucking, you know what I mean? I'm defensive player of the year.
I think it's so he can actually feel better about signing with the team, so he won't, more. I feel like they do that to get more leverage, to make you more interested in just signing with us at a cheaper price,
No, what I thought this is what I think the Niners did. They knew that they were going to pay or going to have to pay Nick Bosa, but they were hoping that he would still honor his rookie contract. And fucking Nick Bosa's like, I'm not gonna fucking risk playing for pennies on the dollar. Like, I want guaranteed, bro. I want T.J. Watt and more. T.J. Watt ain't never been defensive player of the year like I have.
Yeah,
he puts up numbers like me, but I went all pro.
So
3 years in a fucking row.
Yeah, no, so I agree. I think he whatever he deserves to get paid. Like, I'm just not a numbers guy because I don't know. I would be a numbers guy, but man, I don't know exactly how much they're paying every single player on every single position, So I'm like, I'm not gonna play manager, but shit. Yeah, I just hope we have enough money to keep the guys that we have right now. But I know in reality, it's kind of wishful thinking because we have so many dogs that we gotta feed. To pay.
Yeah.
Shit. But
look, here's the thing: if you keep your nucleus, right? If you keep that consistency, like let's say you keep Hargrave, you keep Nick Bosa, you keep Fred Warner, then you keep a tight 7. Then the back end players, they only are good because of that. So those players in the back can be, ball hawking. They can crash on the fucking slants because they know that pressure's coming there. So you don't have to pay them because your 7 is tight. So they're key factors that make that team run, right? And then like everybody else is expendable, meaning I can lose an Isaiah Oliver, I can lose an Ambry Thomas, I can lose Jaquiski Tartt and replace them with other back end players.
That's why we drafted 2 tight ends this year, so we can actually hopefully replace George Kittle, Yeah. So so the projections for Nick, bro, there will be a 4 to 5 year deal, and he's trying to get, it's projected to be 28 to 34 million per year.
Yeah.
So that's the projection, and people are saying, 20, anything under 28 is too low, and I'm like, okay, whatever, but we'll see how much he gets paid, man. I'm still trying to see what TJ. Wait, how much did you say TJ Watt gets paid?
TJ Watt got a contract, right, of 4 years, 112 million. I think I said 80 million was guaranteed.
Yeah. So there's projections at 114 at for 4 years.
Yeah.
That would
So
put him a north above 28 million per year.
yeah, it has to be more than 28 because again, TJ Watt signed a 4 year, 112 million contract with the Steelers, 35 million signing bonus, 80 million guaranteed. That's an annual salary of 28. I don't think Bosa is gonna be like, yeah, bro, I want 24 million. Like, no, I'm the best player on the league right now. It's between me and that other fucking defensive tackle from the Rams, right? Aaron Donald. I want that type of money. I'm in my element. I'm in my prime. I just gave you all pro. I'm not playing no more on a rookie contract. You guys sign Hargrave. Put it to you like this, bro. Again, the window is closing, not just on Bosa, but for us to win a Super Bowl, right? You told me that they found replacements for George Kittle. And put it to you like this, Drew. Let's say you're a fucking badass teacher, bro, for a high school, right? And you're fucking tearing every student that you get. They're pretty much college prep. You hear nothing but great reviews from the students. The students love you, right? The way you break down English class, the books that you recommend, and how they leave your class knowing how to read and write. They're above college prep, right? So instead of paying you or giving you a raise, imagine they brought in another teacher to teach English, and they paid them more than you. Right? You wouldn't feel loyal to the school. You would feel like, bro, you guys brought in another English teacher, right? Paid him more than what you guys paid me, and then you guys are still asking me to take one for the team so the school can have 2 great English teachers when you guys fucking had me.
I don't know. That I feel like,
bro, if I'm Nick Bosa and the numbers ain't mathing, bro, I might just walk and just hold out.
No, I think it's a group effort. It's a group effort. It's like, for example, like they group you up and you get the smartest kid in the class, and that you're gonna get a good grade. You're gonna get, and then you also got the most creative one. You get, So I don't know. I feel like Javon. I feel like you're underestimating Javon Hargrave a lot. I think Hargrave is like a tier below Aaron Donald. Like, dude, we just got another potential defensive player of the year, bro. Like, that's how good that dude is. And he's gonna be a run stopper, bro. I'm telling you right now, I called it right now, he's gonna get more sacks than Nick, because Nick's gonna get all the double team. I think this dude is gonna just go through the seams. I think the way Arik Armstead is able to attract, somehow he throws his body. I could see him already throwing his body to a group of linemen and knocking them all down. Have you seen him do that shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll pull over to the side and boom, just knock them all over, and then boom, there goes Javon Hargrave.
Well, let me put it to you like this.
But yeah.
All right. Now you might say that Javon Hargrave is all this great, and his last 2 years have been fantastic for especially a defensive tackle. That is Aaron Donald-like numbers, right? Yep. But look who he has. He has Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox. Those are first rounders, bro. Right? He has Derek Barnett, and then he also has Hassan Riddick. Again, also first rounders. Let's talk about the back end. Darius Slay was essentially a Pro Bowler and a first rounder from the Detroit Lions. James Bradbury is fucking dope. And they just lost one of their safeties to like the Saints or to the Cleveland Browns. I forgot what his name was. So what I'm saying is it's a variety of players all developing and all bringing in results all at the same time because they're all together as a unit. Fletcher Cox and Brandon Graham, those are huge dudes, bro. You saw when they went up
Yeah.
with Trent Williams, they were giving Trent Williams that work because they're big, bro. These are big, Southern country boys, bro. Like 6'6", 6'5", 250 plus with
Yeah, no,
athleticism. Now, I'm not saying Hargrave ain't all that. He came from Pittsburgh, right? But then he went to the Eagles, and now he's with the Niners. But at the same time, it's like it's going to alleviate a lot of pressure, and it's going to boost up Nick Bosa's numbers because, again, this whole notion that you have to double team him because he's already in the interior. Who are you going to double team? You have to now scheme for 2 defensive players that are fucking top 10.
And then especially now, hopefully it just depends how they line them up, man. They can rush from both ends, and maybe they don't need both of them at the same time on the field, bro. Like to get the pressure sometimes in some games, for the lesser opponents, maybe, it's just so, like if we're already producing pressure, then I would just like, not sit them out too much, but like put them in 1 play or 2 plays, not to injure our guys, because that's how we're going to last more games. I think we just extended an extra game this year. So that's a lot of wear and tear on the body, so that's another reason why we drafted tight ends, because George Kittle's like fucking, I don't think he's getting injured, but too much, but he's complaining a lot about the time, and it's like, bro, like he just needs to like rest pretty much. And I can understand that, because shit, they get paid for it. That's pretty much more paychecks for them. So I don't know, take it as you want. So I'm always gonna rock with George Kittle though. But what was I gonna say? Javon Kinlaw though. Did you see how they kept him in the game like in the 3rd quarter? I think we're calling his bluff. I don't think this training camp there's been a lot of news about him doing hella good and just being dominant in practice and all that. And usually, we treat the starters like a starter and we'll put him in. And once all the starters come out, they all come out. But instead, they came out and he stayed in, and I was like, wow, I wonder why. And I was thinking about it, I was like, wow, he's playing against their 2nd string, and he wasn't really doing much. I mean, he was doing some work, but he wasn't. You can tell he was just, and maybe it was like a drop off. They wanted to see how good his cardio was, or I don't know what. I think we're just trying to test him. No, we're just trying to test him. So I felt like we were calling his bluff right there. So I feel like he's good. He's good depth. I hope he does great this season, but I think all that was kind of hype in the preseason about him like being dominant. I think he was just in the moment and probably gone in his zone. Maybe and hopefully he can actually channel that and some of that energy and that he had in training camp to the regular season, But yeah, dude. Hopefully he does good. We'll see. I think he'll be a good piece. But we already got Armstead and Hargrave in the middle. And
so 2 things for you. One, if Kyle Shanahan and the Niners don't go to the Super Bowl this year, hell, if they don't win it this year, do you think it's time to start looking for a new coach, or no?
No, dude. I think it just depends how much we suck. It just depends how we look, man. I think if we have these close games, then we'll look to add more, or maybe we'll look to like trade some pieces, for some draft capital. But dude, I think it's kind of impossible to kind of do bad this year. I was gonna actually tell you about our secondary. I think our secondary is the best it's been in years, bro. Last year I was saying that I was saying we have like the best secondary. Like this is Kyle Shanahan's best secondary. Mm-hmm. It's this year. Agree. I think it's this year. Like we have Jareer Brown. I think he's gonna be our starter. He's gonna start over Gibson eventually. I love the way he's playing number 27.
But I think Gibson is our best safety that we got because I don't think Hufanga can cover that well, bro. I know that they made him an All-Pro and they want him to be like a Minkah Fitzpatrick, but
crazy
his skills, nah, bro, he ain't like that.
Yeah, no, I agree halfway. He shocks you. he's a risk taker, and that's a different element in our defense that some most defenses don't have. They don't have that risk taker on defense. There's a Minka Fitzpatrick. There's those type of guys, but I think that's why he's an all-pro, is because of how he's impacted the game this year. So it's not. I think that overpowered all the skills set that you're talking about. But yeah, I kind of agree. I'm like,
is he a rookie? Was he a rookie last year, or was that his second year?
That was his second year.
Okay. Yeah. Was last year? Hold on, just to refresh in my memory. Was last year when we beat the Packers and it was in the snow?
That was his rookie.
That was his rookie year?
Yeah, the year he scored that punt.
So that was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Damn. Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
But that dude Jareer Brown, I think he's a dog, bro. Like I love the way he's flying across the field. It's just that he was playing with a bunch of our second string, so he was like outshining. But I'm like, dude, if we had more support, then dude, he's a perfect fucking piece. I mean, he's always been a good piece just by what I'm seeing. He's a fast player, bro, and I'm liking him. But I think we're gonna put him in Huff, even though I agree with you. Gibson would be he's good at recognizing defense. I think he's always saving our defense's ass sometimes. Last year he saved a couple of touchdowns because he was kind of like wary. He was always like deep, and he was always the last player to catch or to tackle some players. But that's why I kind of trust him, because he's very cerebral. He understands defenses. It's a little riskier putting a rookie like Jareer Brown, but I think he won't be an immediate starter. Actually, I think it's gonna be Gibson and Huff, but Brown, we're gonna put him little by little throughout the season, I think. But don't be surprised, man, if he actually makes some impactful plays.
Yeah, I think he'll probably play on the return game and kick off, and then if Gibson or Hufanga get injured, I think you'll slowly start seeing him play. But yeah, there's no reason to rush a rookie to get in. Just to answer Vince's question, he goes, Ricky, what's your opinion about the kicking situation? Honestly,
I think it's well situated.
No, I don't think so. I hope the Niners sign Robbie Gold.
My bad. My bad. I thought kick return.
Sign him.
Yeah, dude, we need Robbie
because I think we drafted relatively high for a field goal kicker from college, right?
Stupid.
Yeah, which is I don't know. I know that the way I look at it, when you have a talented team, you just keep getting the best player that's available. Don't go with a position that you think you need to fill. No, your team is perfect. Literally, you can win a Super Bowl. Just get the next best player. So if there's another Nick Bosa, go get a Nick Bosa, because guess what? It doesn't hurt to have two of them. You can rotate them in and can have the same impact. Maybe one guy you can shift over to the other end, and you can have two Nick Bosas playing on the same side or dominating opposite ends. But to your question, yeah, I think we need to sign Robbie Gold. I don't like what I've seen out of this field goal kicker. Maybe in the future he starts to develop good. Again, I'm always I've always seen that it's best to have a lot of depth.
Even if what happened, right?
Bowman and you have Patrick Willis, guess what? It doesn't hurt to have Chris Borland. Guess what? It doesn't have to hurt to have Fred Warner or Javon Kinlaw. Bro, the more guys that you have, Dre Greenlaw, it's fucking.
You heard what happened with the kicker, right? Our kickers, right? I know what happened with Moody, but what had happened with that kicking situation, we signed another kicker named Zane Gonzalez, and that fucking kicker ended up getting injured too in practice, bro. So we have two fucking injured kickers right now. That's crazy. Huh? Yeah. So that's why now we're that can actually be a possibility. Signing Robbie Gold, and if we sign him, we better fucking keep him, and that means what's his name's gonna be in hot water. Moody.
Look, kicker. Robbie Gold, I know he doesn't like being in California because he said that what they pay him and the cost of living here, it's damn, bro. He goes, I'd rather just go play elsewhere. Now, he said that multiple times in the interviews. Now, here's the thing. He's 40 years old, but his attitude when people like the cheerleaders are, cheering and there's things going on, like, bro, he's kicking field goals regardless.
Yeah,
But
for a
he's got
living.
that grimy, like dirty mentality that it's
Yeah.
like, and I like that zone focus that he has.
Yeah.
Whether he's playing mental games and hit the cheerleaders and shit, like, bro, if Zane Gonzalez and Moody are struggling or they're hurt, like Robbie Gold is pushing 40, and last year he was amazing at 39.
Yeah, bro. I like his energy because he actually kicks and then like right in front of their fucking practice, or like he'll kick right over the fucking players,
That's
and
what I'm saying.
he does not give a fuck. I love that energy, bro. So we need that energy back, but oh yeah, I was gonna say our linebacker. So this year we drafted 2 linebackers, D Winters and fuck, I forgot the other name. But anyways, D Winters, that's the guy. Like he's gonna be the fucking replacement of Aziz. Like we drafted a dude that plays just like Aziz, bro. And it's crazy. We're good at drafting these linebackers, man. We're so good at it. We know what we're looking for. That's why when I seen this guy's tape, I was like, oof, hopefully he plays like that. And he plays like that. So I like that dude. He's at a TCU, I believe. His name's D Winters.
Yeah.
We also got Burks from the Green Bay Packers like 2 years ago. He doesn't pop out too much, but he's a solid player. I haven't seen him look like vulnerable on the field. So that's good depth, I guess. But that dude D Winters, I see him being an essential like starter, like on the whatever you call that position, the left linebacker, opposite of Greenlaw. But yeah, man, I like our linebackers. I like our secondary, and I like everything, bro. We're stacked on defense. Our cornerback number 2. Fuck, I don't know who that's gonna be, man. I like Womack. I've been liking Womack. He's been looking vulnerable here and there, but he was shining his rookie year. I don't really, dude. Everyone likes Lenore. I don't like Lenore.
You don't like Lenore? I like Ambry Thomas.
I like Ambry Thomas.
He did good with Odell Beckham, and then he got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
But I like Ambry Thomas. I liked. He reminded me honestly, he reminded me like a better version of Jimmy Ward when they were. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And then we also signed Oliver. Oliver.
Isaiah Oliver. He went from the Falcons. I think he came out of Colorado State. I wanted him way back then, but honestly, bro, I feel like because he's rangy, so he could be like, I think he's like 6'2", 6'3". Maybe he can be like a Nnamdi Asomugha with the Raiders. But one thing that I've noticed, bro, like what you were saying, when there's some teams that know how to develop certain players, so like the 49ers, they know what to look for in linebackers. The Pittsburgh Steelers, they know what to look for safeties and defensive linemen. Same thing with the Baltimore Ravens. They know what to look for those teams. You look no further than the Patriots. They always develop a badass fucking corner. The Niners do not know how to develop corners, bro.
Tell me about it.
Defensive line, we're pretty fucking good. Linebacker, that's our fucking expertise. Whoever our linebackers coaches and our scouts, they know what to look for, like you said.
I bet you Jed York.
DBs, bro, we fucking suck, bro.
Just throughout history.
It's fucking frustrating, bro.
Like, yeah, bro, it's so easy to name the good cornerbacks of our history, of the Niners history, because we don't have a lot.
Check this out. And when we go pick another corner, right, like Nate Williams. Wait, was it Nate Williams?
Nate Clemens.
Nate Clemens from the Buffalo Bills.
Mm-hmm.
He sucks, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But I do feel a little the mood changing a little bit because with Tre'Davious Ward, I like him, bro.
He's different.
Yeah, he's different. I think we struck something gold with him, bro.
Yeah, I love him, bro. He's looking way like our best cornerback. Like he's way better than Richard Sherman when Richard Sherman was playing with us. So he's our best corner.
Sure.
Yeah, he's playing. He's the best corner we've had in a long time, bro. Like I'm trying to
I
remember.
agree.
Carlos Rogers was doing his thing,
Yeah, he was good. I like Carlos Rogers.
but I think Trevarius Ward is our best corner we've had in a minute, bro. Um, yeah, it's just there's Wilkes. I heard Wilkes say something like we have like a roulette of cornerbacks we can play at number 2, you know. So we have a lot of cornerbacks, even rookie. Like we drafted like 2 rookies this year. So
Yeah.
we drafted like 2 of everything: 2 tight ends, 2 corners, 2 linebackers, and 1 kicker. Motherfucker, we should have drafted 2 kickers. But yeah, man, we're looking good on defense. I just feel different about our secondary this year, and I feel like our D line always surprises us, regardless if Nick plays or not. We always manage to get pressure. You know, it's always good enough. You know,
Yeah.
with or without Nick. With Nick, it's great. It's the best in the league. But without him, we kind of manage to always garner attention or garner like some speed rush or some pass rush. But uh, and then also offensively, that's a different story, man. We've been talking so much on defense, you know. But yeah, offensively, I just feel different about our team, man. Just are the elements in our team that we have.
Yeah.
We haven't had these types of players that like this combination of talent in you know in one roster. It's looking like an all-star roster, you know, like
Yeah, no,
with
it
the
really
purple.
is, bro. It really is.
Yeah, so it just feels different. You know, we've never had this good of a secondary in a minute. We haven't had such an efficient quarterback like Brock Purdy since I believe Jeff Garcia. Um, and Jeff Garcia was doing this thing, except our defense was trash. And then the pieces around Jeff Garcia were trash too, except he made it happen, you know. And I think Jeff was good. It's just like
I don't
Brock.
know, bro. He had like J.J. Stokes. He had Ty Streets. I think during that time he also had T.O.
Yeah, but
I don't
it's
know,
just
man. I think we had Jose Cortez as a field goal kicker. That's why we couldn't win.
yeah, I know. And it's like fuck, man. We better have a good kicker this year, you know.
Yeah, no. I will say this, bro, just to wrap this up a little
Mm-hmm.
bit. Um, what do you think the Niners' record is going to be?
I think it's gonna be because we did add one game this year, so it's not 17 games, it's 18 games, correct? I think, right? No.
Yeah, I think it's 18 weeks, but there's only 17 because you have the bye still. I think
How
that
many
was
games in the
incorporated
NFL
last year
season?
as well, though.
Yeah, I just let's see. There's oh man, no, but yeah. So I think we're gonna lose 2 games, maybe 2-3 games. And I think it's probably gonna be because of a quarterback or like somebody like being injured. You know, I think I think. I think injury is going to play a part this year. Uh,
Do you think?
it's always somebody. It's always somebody, you know. And
Do you think we lose the first game to the Steelers?
man, this is it's just
Because
I
I
hate.
say this because it takes Kyle Shanahan to get into flow.
Yeah, I know. He
You
always
notice like
manages
he
to
kind
lose
of
the first
struggles in the
game.
beginning, and then he goes like on a 10-game fucking winning streak mid-year to the end.
Yeah, it's always a slow start in the season
Yeah.
with him, you know. And well, really, 2019 was we had a fast start. Um, man, I think we probably either lose to the Steelers or we lose to the fucking Giants.
What about the Bengals?
I think we beat the Bengals. We always show out against the good teams. Um, I think secondary, the Bengals defense and overall downgraded this year,
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
and and their fucking offensive line is upgraded. So it's just gonna be a high scoring, and we actually have the defense to step up to that good offensive line, you know. So I think we beat them, but what it is about the Giants is that they have a pass rush now, and I feel like their defense is dude, their defense is better than they're gonna have a good defense this year.
Yeah,
And then,
that's a good division right there. With even the
yeah.
Commanders with Chase Young in them, they're
Mhm.
they're yeah, that NFC East it's pretty fucking gnarly.
I always hate the first week because I'm always like, oh man, first 5 games undefeated, easy. I'm always saying that. I've been saying that for the past 4 years. So this year,
Yeah,
so I won't jinx it. I'm gonna say we're either gonna lose to the Giants or the Pittsburgh Steelers.
yeah. I think we beat the Giants just because I don't think they have enough offensive weapons. Sure, they got Saquon Barkley, but we got a front seven to stop him.
Mhm.
I think it will be a good game, but I don't really fear the receivers.
Why Pittsburgh?
Yeah, and as for Pittsburgh, I don't fear Najee Harris, but I do fear those receivers, bro. Their receivers are badass with Pickens and fucking Deontay Johnson.
Yeah.
But it all starts with the quarterback, bro.
Yeah. Cody Pickens.
Yeah. So if he doesn't develop and he fucking fears that Niners pass rush, yeah, he's gonna struggle, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I think those two teams that you named are good examples because I feel like one of those two teams are gonna make the playoffs this year. They're like ascending, both those teams. And
Yeah, I think the Steelers are a pretty good matchup because, again, T.J. Watt, he'll do good. Minka Fitzpatrick, they got some ball players on that Pittsburgh side of the team. It just, again, Pickett and, their receiving core. Because, again, they have a three-headed monster, bro. They have Deontay Johnson. They have George Pickens. And then they have Allen Robinson. Now, Allen Robinson was from the Bears. He went to the Rams. He's kind of been like struggling, but that's still a three-headed monster in the wide receiver position. So again, I'm not really too worried. Like I know the Niners are the better team completely, but I do know that it takes Kyle Shanahan a little bit. Like he always starts it's a slow start, 2-3, 3-2, 4-3 kind of record in the first half of the season, and then he understands, okay, these plays are working, and he starts to manipulate the offenses and the defenses. And finding out what, because every year you have a different team, right? Obviously. And then you have like different energy. And the thing is this, after a while, do the players are they still buying into my philosophy? What I'm selling, are they buying into it, right? Because after a while, either they get burnt out or they start like, nah, coach, you don't really know what you're talking about. That shit ain't working. You know what I mean? So each year, even if you're coming up short or we're close, how many we're close moments are going to have before the players start to be like, nah, that window closes. But on that note, brother, I got to wrap it up. Guys, have a beautiful week. Happy Monday tomorrow, and then just attack it like no tomorrow, bro. Have a good one, guys. And thank you guys for all the listeners, especially you, Mr. Vince Vargas. Thank you for stopping by. Drew, take care, brother.
All right, man. Peace out. Talk to you later, man. Let me know about the next subject.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it might be obviously the Daniel Dubois. Have you had a chance to watch him and Usyk?
Yeah, man, I watched it all. I got a lot to say.
All right, yeah, we probably go for that tomorrow, and then probably talk about Oscar De La Hoya and Ryan Garcia. And
you've been wanting to talk about that for a while.
Yeah.
All right, then, man.
Later, brother.
All right, man. Peace.
Peace.